Okay, so this is my 2019 Colorado. After searching 15 different ways, either nobody has had this problem or nobody has recorded it, but it would have been helpful to find something. The only thing I found was a thread where the guy had the starter problem that started out slow cranking, and then he changed the battery and he changed the starter and he changed 2 or 3 other parts, the relays and stuff, and still had no results. But he found a bad ground at the back of the block, which got me started looking for the starter. So this is the 2019 4x4 3.6 engine Colorado. The starter is in fact on the driver's side, and I will show you what I have already done. With that said, I had leaking valve covers and a bad starter, which I think was a result of the leaking valve covers. So there's a lot of parts that had to be removed. They said it was a 7.5-hour job at the shop, and it was going to cost me close to $2,800 to do. So with that said, I'll show you what I did. Valve cover, valve cover, valve cover. This is an insulator. Don't let anybody tell you these are plastic valve covers. Clearly they are not. Intake manifold was here. It had to come off. I took out the battery tray. I took out the pedestal with the fuses and breakers in it. I also had to take out the catalytic converter. Sorry, it's not focusing right because my hand. The pedestal that the fuse panel goes on, battery tray, intake manifold over here. I took out the coils because I got to take that valve cover out, and they are located in these holes here. So lots of 10 millimeters. Now I'm going to show you the starter, because it was one of the most difficult things I've ever had to work on. So right back here you can see the starter. I'm not going to be able to do this and hold the light, so sorry. Starter is there. There was a heat shield above it, closest to me. There is also the motor mount. You can see motor mount is there. That still has to come out to get access to the starter. That piece of exhaust pipe used to connect on there, and then it bolted into the side of the block up there where that hole is. So that starter is buried behind the motor mount, the exhaust pipe, the heat shield. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of that had it buried. But oh, and it's above the front differential. That was the other thing. So very difficult to get to. Like I said, the shop said 7.5 hours. They quoted me $2,800. A side job guy who also works in a shop quoted me $700, but that was not including the valve covers, and I did not want him to do a bunch of work for free, even though he was taking that stuff off to get to this point. Not sure why the intake manifold has to come off, but everything I saw said I needed to get the valve covers done. So with all that said, good luck. I'm feeling my way through this. There was no information to tell me a process. The things I needed that I had to buy, the parts I needed to be able to do all of this, was a starter, intake manifold gaskets, Valve cover gaskets, more valve cover gaskets. So there's a right, a left, and an intake manifold. And then just for good measure, I bought a new starter relay so that no surprises. It's time consuming. The shop said 7 hours. I'm pretty sure it's going to take me like a week or whatever. So good luck with you. Hope you don't have quite as many things to do on yours as I did mine. And this might be the only thing out there with a 3.6 in it, because I'm not willing to pay them that much money. Anyway, enjoy.